Welcome to a film channel, a channel about film. In this video, we're going to be using colored filters with black and white film. So if you're not familiar with how colored filters can affect your black and white images, essentially what they do is manipulate contrast in different ways. So for instance, this red filter will enhance and lighten all of the red hues in your image and have the opposite effect on all the opposite colors like cyan. So skies will be a lot darker, for instance. So today we just have a red filter and a yellow filter, and we're just gonna walk around and do some street photography and compare the two and see what we get. So for those of you who are wondering, we're shooting with the Canon F1N and a 50-1.4, and we're shooting with Ilford HP5 because it's a really dynamic film stock, kind of the go-to. Popular filter options. The yellow filter is kind of a go-to. It's very subtle, but has some really cool contrast effects, especially for skin tones. For portraiture, orange filters are typically used because it's more in line with skin tones, and it can really make those skin tones look really smooth. Whereas red filters are typically used for landscapes because they can darken skies really well and give some really cool effects that way. So after taking a look back at the images that we got, kind of surprised by some of the results, mostly to do with the red filter. I think early on in the shoot, when the sun was kind of in the right position, we got a lot of great shots from it, but it could have been utilized better at a different time of day, because as the sun started to set, it kind of changed the color of the sky a little bit, and it wasn't really getting the, dramatic results that you can typically get from a red filter. Another thing to consider when using filters is that you're gonna have to compensate your exposure. So the red filter that we used had a 3-stop compensation, and the yellow one had a 1-stop compensation. So not a huge deal if you're using an SLR, but if you're using a camera like a rangefinder or a camera that doesn't have a light meter at all, that's definitely something you're gonna have to factor into your shots. So just keep that in mind. And that's really it. For me, if I was to use filters for my photos, I do a lot of portraits, so I would probably use like a yellow filter or an orange filter, but that's just me. But I haven't really used them that much. So thank you guys so much for watching this video, and we hope to see you next time.